Yo, what is happening, family? Welcome to the QL Experience. Of course, I'm QL, and I'm so excited to be taking on this journey with you guys at the kick of the new year. Happy 2026 to you and your family. Some of you may be looking at me right now. You're like, wait a minute, I've seen this guy from somewhere. I've heard his voice. Where do I know him from? Well, you may know me from the QL show, which is heard on 96.3 The Block in Greenville. If you're in the Spartanburg area, that is 104.5 The Block. And then if you're in Anderson, that's 107.7. I come on there from 3 o'clock until 7 weekdays. And then I'm syndicated on our sister station, B93.7, and I'm there from 7 o'clock until 10 p.m. You know, we got Hawk and Tom in the morning. Dex and Barbie T is on that air with it as well. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I've been in radio 11 years, and when I tell you, I absolutely love being in broadcasting. I get a chance to connect with you guys out in the community, whether that be through the QL and Friends worship experience. I've done a QL back to school block party tour that we've been doing for 10 years now. And I mean, it's just a great thing. Like, I love being inside of this community. You may have seen me host some of your favorite events like Music on Main, Red, White, and Boom, and Spartanburg. I even did the 4th of July celebration out in Greenwood and Taylor's before as well. But I'm excited that this is gonna be my new home. You can check me out right here on the WSPA Plus app, and we're gonna have some fun, all right? Now, it's all things QL, so pretty much I'm gonna take you through some of my favorite things, some of my favorite foods, and we're gonna have those interviews as well that a lot of you guys know me from being on radio and on YouTube, TikTok, all that good stuff. I mean, in the past, I've interviewed some of your favorites, from Megan Thee Stallion, Kamala Harris. She came on the show as well during her campaign. I've had a chance to talk with Matthew Knowles, the father of Beyonce, Joe Jackson, the father of Michael Jackson and Janet Jackson, all the Jacksons. And I mean, we've just had a good time. We've had an amazing ride. And I said, you know what? Why not bring all of this, what I'm doing, to TV? So here you have it, the WSPA Plus app. This is the QL Experience. And since we're at the kick of the new year, I want to talk about like some New Year goals that I have for myself. I think one at the top of my list, though, would be like to get back in the gym, right? Like, I'm one of those people that I'll go to the gym for a couple of months, and then once I see like the results, or I think I have results, then I'm like, all right, I'm good. I don't need the gym anymore. But this year, I have actually invested in a trainer, and I'm taking this on serious. I saw this post on Instagram earlier this morning, and the post had said, this is the time where your summer body should be in the crock pot. So for the next couple of months, I'm gonna be in the crock pot until that warmer weather come on out. But that's one of my goals, getting back in the gym. And then I really wanna be more organized in 2026. I was talking to a good friend of mine, and she was telling me how, like, day by day, she writes out her days. So when the next day comes, she knows exactly what to do. She's on schedule, and she's not like scatterbrained. Now, I'm a person with ADD. I grew up taking Ritalin and Adderall, all that good stuff. So I need like a schedule. I need my life to be more like point A, point B, point C. Like right now, I'm one of those individuals where I just get up and go. Whatever happens, happens. It is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't. But this year, I'm really gonna focus on making sure that I have a schedule. I wanna journal more in the year of 2026, because of what I'm realizing is the more you journal, the more you write things down as though they already were, literally you will have to eventually walk into that thing, if that makes sense. Just a small story, and we'll keep you going because we got a full show ahead. But when I was promoting the QL and Friends worship experience, I mean, that was a crazy time, right? And I was, I had all these goals for myself. I wanted a certain amount of tickets to be sold at this concert. And literally, something told me, get a marker and start writing down everything on your mirror in your bathroom. Now, you go to your bathroom every day, you have to look at that mirror, you have to see yourself every day. So literally, I was writing my goals down on the mirror, and I promise you, I kid you not, everything that I wrote down on that mirror, it's coming true. Even me being right here in the seat on the WSPA Plus app. So listen, get you a journal, write some things down, maybe get back in the gym, do some things that you love. I think sometimes we get so in the moment of things, right? And we forget the things that really makes us happy. So try to get back to that in the year of 2026. And if you have any goals you want to write in and let me know, please do that. I am DQL Show on all social media outlets. I would love to talk about that this month live right here on the QL Experience. Now, as I said before, we have a full packed show. Danielle Brooks, you may remember her from The Orange is the New Black. Even The Color Purple, she played Sophia in The Color Purple, the musical, which did amazing. One of my favorite movies to this day. Well, let me tell you, she's bringing a monologue competition to Greenville at the South Carolina Governor's School. So we're gonna talk with her. That is coming up. But right now, I wanna get inside of my favorite segment of this show. I want to introduce it to you. It's called The Carolina Lens. This is where I get a chance to introduce to you someone, something that is happening right here in the Upstate that I believe you should be in the know. And today, we go all the way to Monarch Cafe in Spartanburg on Howard Street. Well, the owner is Liberty Canzater. She's also the owner of the Butterfly Foundation. We're going to talk with her coming up next. So you are our Carolina Lens Spotlight. And of course, we like to go out and about and find cool things so that our viewers can learn more about you. And I thought that it was really dope that you had the Butterfly Foundation. Yes. Talk about that.
So the Butterfly Foundation is a nonprofit established in 2007. We started out providing housing and kind of moved into providing culinary job training in 2010. That's for individuals who are unemployed, underemployed, previously incarcerated, and homeless. We help them find jobs in the community. We help them get certifications like Serve Safe Manager certification, as well as the National Restaurant Association certification.
And you guys also did like this culinary program last year. I had a lot of friends that took advantage of this. And I thought it was really cool because now you see some of those individuals that are kickstarting their businesses now.
Absolutely. We have multiple people that have gone through the program that have food trucks now or starting their own businesses, which is absolutely amazing. So we're proud of that, and also helping them just get jobs and better jobs in the community.
Absolutely. Now, this is a 10-week program?
It is a 10-week program, so they spend 6 weeks online training and then 4 weeks in-house, and they come in and they learn how to work all the commercial equipment, how to do different recipes and make different sauces which will prepare them for the future.
So people can sign up like right now?
Absolutely, they can start signing up right now.
Yes, and we'll leave all those details on the screen as well. And not only do you do the Butterfly Foundation, but you also have Monarch Cafe.
So Monarch Commissary Kitchen started in 2023. And we have about 37 food trucks that are signed up right now. So food trucks can come in. If you're interested in being having a food truck that sells, you're required to have a commissary kitchen. So we provide that space. We provide the Serve Safe certification trainings, as well as just a barrage of information that'll help them be successful while they're selling their food in the community.
Absolutely. And Monarch has become like a hub for the farmers market. Everybody that comes out here on Saturdays, kind of talk about that. I know the farmers market has taken a pause, but they will be back.
Yes, they will be back in the spring. Right now they're taking a winter break, so they won't be in the space up until, they won't come back until the spring.
Absolutely. Yes. So again, family, all things are happening right here. Monarch Cafe, 498 Howard Street is that address. You guys do events all throughout the year.
Yes.
From the Thursdays at the Musical Main.
Yep. And we have Thursday Thursdays. We have Chef Pat that's here Wednesday through Sunday. Yeah. You can book the space for any type of event, party, showers, anything.
And how can they get in contact with you? Can they call you, social media?
Yes, they can call us here at the space, or they can just DM me through Facebook or Instagram.
And again, family, we got that number on the screen. Yes. Congratulations to you, Miss Liberty Canzater. She is our Carolina Lens Spotlight of the day. Listen, family, I'm so excited. Today is very special. We have South Carolina's own. She is a powerhouse. I like to call her a force to be reckoned with when you talk about like Broadway, right? But she's also an Academy Award nominated actress. Danielle Brooks is finally on the show. Danielle, you don't even understand. I've been waiting for this like a long time.
Oh my gosh, well, I'm so glad we're making it happen right now.
Welcome back to South Carolina. I know you're always on the road and all that good stuff, but you're coming back to South Carolina not as an actress, right? But as someone who is creating opportunities that could literally change a young performer's life. How does that feel when you think about that?
Glory to God, to be honest. I'm not trying to be cheesy, but I'm so grateful for this opportunity to pour into someone. I feel like South Carolina had such a huge hand on my success and my foundation. And for me to be able to give that to another young artist, hopefully several young artists and young people, is such a blessing. And it's so exciting because it's really sky's the limit.
For those who don't know, she's coming back to her alma mater, the South Carolina Governor's School, and you're going to be hosting an event in February. Talk about that.
Yes. Okay, so let's rewind. We are having submissions for this monologue competition. All you have to do is be between the age of 14 and 18 years old, submitting a 1 to 2 minute monologue from a playwright of color. Now, Now that could be anyone from August Wilson, Lorraine Hansberry, to Jocelyn Bio,
Tyler Perry.
Tyler Perry. Come on, let's all like, hey, bring them in, in. It can be all of that. We'll choose someone by February 3rd, and the competition is February 28th, live at the Governor's School for Arts and Humanities. So I really hope to see you there.
Yeah. Well, so when you think about that, right, and when we think about Monologue, sometimes it's not always the easiest for everybody. Where's a time where you almost gave up and you was like, you know what, I don't know if I want to do this?
There's so many times. First of all, when I auditioned for the Governor's School, because you have to audition, I didn't even know what a monologue was. I did not even know. I literally used a poem from this guy that had a poem book from my church. Like that's what I used to get into Governor's School. And so there have been many times along my road where I've been like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't. But the thing about me is I've always been fearless. I've always said, you know what, I actually have nothing to lose by trying.
Absolutely.
And even if I do not make it, at least I learned that I either like that, didn't like that, maybe I should try again, maybe I should work harder. So there's always something to gain. And that's what I want to encourage these young people to do. Don't be afraid, be fearless, okay? We're living in a time where we're all on social media and we're on our phones and we're trying to get famous in 15 minutes, but it takes work to do this thing, you know? And so I want to encourage them to put their voice out into a room for 1 to 2 minutes. That's all you got to do. 1 to 2 minutes out of the 24 hours. Put your voice into a room and let somebody hear you. Let somebody be moved by you. That's the goal here.
Yeah, well, I mean, I love it. You're creating so many opportunities for young people here in the upstate. If the grown Danielle, like Danielle Brooks as today, right now, right, if you could look back at the Governor's School version of yourself, then what would you tell her?
I would say, and a lot of people would assume advice. I would just say, girl, you are so dope. You are that girl.
Yeah.
You know, and at the time, I didn't know it because I was a chunkier girl, plus size, curly hair, you know, dark skin, these things that were deemed to not be beautiful or, to be honest, hadn't seen on screen enough, especially as a leading lady. And what I realized was those were my superpower. That's what actually made me dope and incredible and different, was who I was without changing and altering any part of me. So I would say to my younger self, girl, you are so dope. Keep going.
No, absolutely. And to your point, though, about that, like Tasty, right? She's one of the most loved characters on TV when you talk about Orange is the New Black and sitcoms, all that good stuff. But what is the real story behind how you really even landed that role, though, right? Because it was very different than I think what people probably expected from you.
Well, it was one of my first auditions in the year that I had come out of school, and I didn't know what it was because Netflix wasn't Netflix at the time. Netflix was, they were pitching this TV show as a web series. And I'm like, what's a web series? I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna go do this thing. And so I did it, auditioned, you know, and my audition really wasn't more than probably a minute and a half. And
see, that's that 1 minute you're talking about with this monologue. I'm trying to tell you.
That's what I'm talking about. The 1 minute, and I nailed the audition. Thought it was only going to be for 1 or 2 episodes, and it ended up being for 7 seasons of my life. It changed my life. It changed my life. And the thing about that character was so dope was going back to what we were talking about, the younger self. I was like, you know, natural hair in that. No makeup. We're in jumpsuits. There's nothing to, you know, overly sexualize us or anything like that. I was myself, and people fell in love with who I was bringing to Tasty. You know what I mean? I wasn't altering the external parts of myself. So that was really, really cool to come into this industry truly, you know, being as vulnerable as I was with no makeup on and and do it, and people fall in love with me. So I'm very grateful for that being my start.
Yeah. And people also fell in love with you on The Color Purple. I'm going to be honest with you. My black heart may be revoked for this, but I didn't watch the original Color Purple before watching you on Color Purple. And when I tell you, I was in love with the movie. The relationship that you and Fantasia had was amazing. You became Oprah's, like, one of her favorites. Well, first of all, Danielle, what was that like to be a girl from South Carolina and then Oprah gets on camera and she's talking to you like, hey, look, I want you to be a part of this movie?
Definitely myself. Definitely So it was just one of those moments when I got the call from Oprah about being Sophia in The Color Purple, where it's just like, yeah, my life is about to go to another level. It's happening right now. And the beauty of it, I'm so grateful that I was prepared for the moment, because like you say, I am, the core of me is South Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
As much as I've been immersed in Hollywood and lived in New York for such a long time.
You talk about Simpsonville. You always talk about Simpsonville.
Oh, yes, I do. And so for me, it was a huge deal to be put into this movie. You know, it's my first studio film. And to be alongside people like Fantasia and Taraji P. Henson, and you know the list that was
all the greats.
Yeah, and to have success and have been the only one Oscar nominated from the film, which I still think is crazy. But it's like wow, this is my life, and that's what I want to encourage these young people. This can be you too. These are the moments that give you stepping stones, you know, and. Yes, you might not get you won't get Oscar nominated from this monologue competition, but you might win $2,000. So come on.
Listen, family, the Century Cycle continues monologue competition. Why do you think now is the moment, though? Like, right, here we are stepping aside of 2026. Why now, Danielle?
Now is the moment. All the kids are just on their phones most of the time and want quick success, you know, that 15 minutes of fame type thing. And that's really not reality. You know, when it comes to sustaining a career and having longevity, you have to have a foundation. You have to know some things outside of devices, you know, and what you see people to be doing, what you're assuming how they're getting to their success. And so I just really hope that this does become the stepping stone for someone, the next, you know, because there's not going to be another Danielle Brooks, same way there's not another Chadwick Boseman, right? But I just pray that we are building and creating the next star through moments like this, you know, and they can say they were a part of CCC Monologue competition. I did that. I was a winner, you know, or I was the second runner-up, and I know what I'm just so excited
No, absolutely.
about it's really endless. Like I say that from experience. Like I never thought this quickly. I'm mid-30s, been able to achieve an Oscar nominated, you know, performance and be Emmy, Tony, Grammy nominated and have won something. I'm just like, what? And so I feel like it's so important to be on shows like the QL show, you know, for people to get it, to understand like this is a tangible thing. You can get the career that you want. You can. It's a doable thing. I did it.
What do you think is the biggest mistakes that young people or students make as regards to monologues, right? And not only identify that mistake, but what is the fix to that mistake too?
Yes. So I think the biggest mistake that could occur for a young student applying for something like this and doing a monologue is lack of preparation. I think you have to prepare yourself. I think you might think that it's okay to say it 3 times and you kind of have the lines and no, boo-boo. Go through every line, work on it, get you an audience, even if it's your little baby cousin or your auntie, get somebody to say it out loud, record yourself to see what you're giving. You know, like there's so many things. I remember that in school too. Like someone, you know, challenged me when I was in college and they were like, y'all didn't do enough work. And I was like, I did do my work. And he was like, how do you pronounce this? And I was like, oh, I don't know how to pronounce that. So the point is, there's always much more to do. There's always someone working harder than you. So be that one that's working the hardest is what I want to tell you. And I promise you, it'll benefit you in the long run.
And let me ask you this too, like, what does it mean to you personally to continue the legacy of August Wilson here in Greenville? And of course, all the other great storytellers that came before us. Like, why is it so important to you, Danielle?
It's so important because I am a product of discovering a Black playwright and it transforming my life. So when I went to the governor's school, you know, we studied people like Shaw, Chekhov, Shakespeare, but we weren't being introduced, because I was the only Black girl in my class, to playwrights like Lorraine Hansberry and August Wilson, right?
Yeah.
But I discovered it there because we had a monologue book, and there was a young Black girl, Stacy Scott, who did a monologue from August Wilson. And when I read it, I was like, oh, this is relatable. And so I ended up coming into contact with August Wilson's The Piano Lesson. But 10, 12 years later, I'm now starring in The Piano Lesson, playing that same role that I did that monologue from at Governor's School to get into Juilliard. Now I'm playing it on Broadway alongside Samuel L. Jackson and J.D. Washington. So it can be a full circle moment for someone to be exposed to playwrights of color that are speaking words that they might relate to way more than a playwright from 1905. So I just feel like it's so important to introduce these kids and also rename what it is for classical work. Classical work does not have to just be someone of Caucasian descent. It can also be someone of color. And it is someone of color.
Absolutely.
So let's get to know them. Let's get to know them and put their words out into the space.
And most importantly, there's a new generation of playwrights that are coming out now too.
Yes, there's so many. You have playwrights like my boy Jordan E. Cooper.
I was about to say I love Jordan. Have never met him. I want him on the show though. But he's doing this the show out of New York, I believe, right now.
He just did Ain't No More.
With Shalea.
Yes. Yes. That play. Oh Lord, I'm forgetting the name of that one. But I went to see it. I went to opening night.
Yeah.
And then you have playwrights like Jocelyn Beal, who did Jaja's African hair braiding. You have playwrights like Dominic Morso or Jeremy E. Harris, and I mean, like there's a list.
Yeah.
It's a list, and the actual list is on the website. So if there's more that you want to explore outside of that, you can go to cccmonologuecompetition.com and get all of the information that you need, what a monologue is, what we're looking for material-wise, how much you can win, and when submissions are due. So go on that website for everything you need.
Now you're building legacy with this competition. I hope you know that, right?
I'm trying. We getting there.
Do you see yourself creating more programs, opportunities for young artists like this here in South Carolina?
Oh man, I would love to. My ultimate goal is to have an arts center in South Carolina. Like I would love to be able to build that one day. And also, like you said, have more programming where we're doing more mentorships, where we're bringing kids to places like New York to watch Broadway shows and be exposed to a different way of living, like there's so much out there. It's such a big world. And I want people to experience that come from South Carolina the way that I did.
So again, what's that website? How can people join and start sending in their monologues and all that good stuff, Danielle?
So it's very simple, cccmonologuecompetition.com. If you do not know how to spell monologue, it's on the internet. Okay. cccmonologuecompetition.com. It has everything you need to know on it, how to submit, what a monologue is, when submissions are due. Everything you need is on that website. Even how to donate if you want to donate, because this has truly been funded all through my pocket. And I would really love for it to expand to more than just $2,000, $5,000. I would love for one day it to be $50,000, $60,000.
Let me tell you.
All you got to do is send the word to your mama, because your mama, when I tell you, she's like a walking billboard for you down here in the upstate.
We look like twins.
Look, just like twins. I still remember when The Color Purple was coming out. I'm talking about mama was telling everybody at the church house, everybody at the school, like, go watch that movie. Go see my daughter.
I mean, mama is helping me. I actually just asked her to pick up some pamphlets from Governor's School so she can distribute it to the churches. So thank you. Shout out to mama for helping me along the way.
And I'll continue to get this word out for you as well. Before you go, though, I want you to finish this sentence for me, okay? To every young Black performer sitting in South Carolina right now, dreaming big, I want you to know.
You are capable of every dream becoming a reality.
Thank you so much for chiming in. I can't wait to see you in February. I know those submissions are coming in. And I know the Governor's School, they are like they are probably over the top, just excited at the fact that you're doing something like this for the community.
And I hope that we get to see you on February 28th as well in the audience. I would love that if you were
Danielle,
there.
I got to meet you in person, so I'm gonna bring the crew. We coming.
I will be there. Danielle is coming February 28th. I have marked my calendars. I will be there. You will see me. And hopefully, it'll be a turnout like no other. So I'm excited.
Yo, I gotta give a huge shout out to Danielle Brooks. Of course, you've seen her on The Color Purple, Orange is the New Black on Netflix, and now she is coming back to South Carolina to give back to the community at the South Carolina Governor's School, which is the school that she graduated from. So nevertheless, make sure you check out that Monologue competition, which is going down this February. Get all the details on my Facebook at The QL Show. And again, huge shout outs to my girl, Danielle Brooks. First guest on the show, man, I'm loving it. And also shout out to Miss Liberty Canzater. You know, she was our Caroline and Lynn Spotlight of the Day. And I would love to continue to do that here in the community. So maybe you're saying, QL, I would like for you to come to my business. I know someone who's doing something great in the community. You should spotlight them. Well, hit me up, The QL Show, all social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And don't forget, in the meantime, stop by Monarch Cafe in the Butterfly Foundation over there on Howard Street. Check out Miss Liberty. You'll usually see her on Saturdays at the farmer's market where she's walking around with her smiling face. She's very approachable, so make sure you step in, say hello, and don't forget, always check out the QL Experience right here on the WSBA Plus app. Don't go, because we have more of your favorite shows right after this.